Hey guys, what's going on out there? So, mini excavators. I got a what is this thing? FF13R with a cab on it. And I had a customer let me know that there was a problem with the track lever, the right track lever. You pull it back or push it forward, it got stuck and you had to snatch it back. So, I looked on YouTube and there wasn't a whole lot on them. So, I'm going to show y'all the problem with them. So, number one, when you first get these little machines, you need to take them apart and you need to grease everything on them, put oil on them, because if you don't, they're kind of rusty and they'll stick. Also, you need to check your swing motors. Your swing motors is going to get loose. You need to tighten them up real good and tight. Check your engine bolts, your motor mount bolts, they going to get loose. And go ahead and get online and buy you 2 or 3 carburetors. Have them on hand in case you get on the job site and you get trash in them or whatever. So, I done had that happen. So, carburetor's about $7 on Temu for these little excavators. So, get in it. You 13 to a 15 horsepower Briggs and Stratton carburetor fits them, okay? No matter which engine you got, they fit them. And I also put an external fuel tank on, everybody knows. So I put 2 filters on it, and it got by them little cheap filters, so I put a fuel separator filter on it in there, and I'll show you that on another video. But then again, we got a little issue with the engine. Fella, got low on fuel, and he put some more fuel on it, and somehow or another it got something by the filters. I don't know how it got by them, but it may have been something still in that old carburetor. So always be prepared to take your carburetors off and clean them while you're on the job site. You know what I mean? That's just something you have to do sometimes. So let's take a look at these little valves. So here it is, wide open. And there's a lot of videos showing you how to do stuff, but they do not tell you about stuck valves, okay? So these valves have rubber boots on them. See them boots? So I got this one apart. And there's a pin in there. I don't know if y'all, let's see, let me get a screwdriver here. Okay, can y'all see this little pin here? It's a little pin right there. It goes all the way through. See, it's out to the outside there, right there. See, it moves. So what happened, the boot come back over here on it, and the pin was hanging out of it, and that's what was jamming the lever up. See, lever works fine now, no problems. So what I suggest and what I'm doing is I'm putting a little oil in here on this little ball, this little joint in there. I'm putting the boot back on it, and I'm putting a zip tie on the boot. So the zip tie goes over both pins, and it'll hold your pins in there to keep your pins from falling out. So when you get this thing, go ahead and take the cover off and put you some zip ties on your boots. Save you a lot of problems, especially with customers, if you rent this bad boy out. But they're really quite simple. Here's another one right here. We're going to do it the same way. Pull the boot back on it. Now, little boots is kind of tough. I mean, they do come off, though. They just little rubber boots, or little springy boots. So, you see that pin in question right there? Right there? That's that little pin, and it'll move. But y'all see all this corrosion on these things? You know, they come from overseas, so they get salt all up in them somehow or another. And, you know, they come from China, so some of them tsunamis might have swamped them, and they still sell them, because they're extremely rusty for some reason. I mean, and the only reason I can figure out they've been in salt water, or the parts have been in salt water. So, anyhow, that's a tip from old Grandpa. That's just a tip from me. So, that's how you get your valves unstuck if they're stuck. Now these levers right here, they call them some kind of mess. It's supposed to be fancy little levers, but basically it ain't nothing no more. It's the same thing as them other valves. They just fancy it up and tell you there's something or not. So if you get one of these that's a little loose, you got to get completely down behind this plate, and there'll be a little cover that looks just like this. And inside that little cover, you take it off, there's a spring and an Allen head wrench. You just tighten it up, and it'll tighten your lever up. You keep your lever from wobbling back and forth. Hey, just a tip from old Grandpa. Hey, I'm back, and I'm gone.